I heard from among the trees, within the forest of my heart, the voice of the one who shaped my inmost being. Life to them that observe, yet I was brought to my knees by this good thing, judgments that crafted my standard of living. Speaking of a remedy for the sickness my soul once endured, patiently waiting for my consent and willingness to return. Yet in my flesh there is no good thing, so, like all human beings, I became subject to the discipline of his word. The promise, spoken by the mouth that said, "Let there be light," and it was. The lips of the Holy One, a lofty utterance from above. Like the rain that falls from the sky and contacts the wings of a dove, the Spirit, water, and blood testifying boldly of the Father's love. And yet still, I found myself lured away like every man by my own lust. I could see the signs of objection, but in my heart I trusted, following the desire like a sheep led to the slaughter, only to find there is no peace in going any further. I began with the intention of trying to make things happen, pouring effort in the endeavor, seeking the promise through my own mapping. But the issue is that you can't do eternal things behaving like a debtor. In fear, I sought to manipulate the circumstances to make it better. Anxiety crept up, robbing me of the ability to be present. I was risking everything that was for the proposition of what wasn't. My fear leading me to the cliff of failure because it was haste ruling me. Now that I was in it, his presence felt so far from me. But here in distress, I became aware of the difference, and I shared thankfully that when I tried to proceed, I could feel the Spirit restraining me. Speaking of the right, when lying thoughts and weak flesh sought plans of depravity, he was reminding me of the new covenant that is living inside of me. Beaten by my wits' end, I then hunted for peace through repentance and an apology, opening my mouth, revealing to the Father the secrets of my heart and my deeds, making note that my actions were of fear without understanding, petitioning for return to his presence, promise, and plan vehemently. Then, ending with thanksgiving for every moment of his never-ending mercy, I reminded my soul that he is the one who spoke light into heaven's tapestry, and that nothing invisible or seen could ever come between I and the love he demonstrated for me on Calvary. Yeah, I slipped up, but the kids get corrected with actions reformed. To this world and its customs and culture, I am no longer conformed. Renewed in my mind by the word that reveals his reality, I see the blessing in the lesson, and that's what brings the best out of me. So yeah, to life it could lead, not having his peace momentarily, chasing unapproved things. But let it be known, you don't have to fall to know his love goes that deep. His will is the place where boundaries enclose and prosper the sheep, where the king goes in and out, showing us what's right for you and me, where blessings flow and are multiplied so you perceive. Here is where your righteousness is counted because you believe. Even our father Abraham slipped up, listening and agreeing with someone who didn't. Don't settle for an Ishmael knowing your Isaac is birthed out of your worship. His promise is being yea, and so be it, and you will achieve. It's already yours and ours, so we make space to receive. Positioning ourselves with hearts filled with willingness and obedience. And when it is here, you'll think back to those hard teaching moments. Perhaps you'll think to yourself, everything I experienced along the way is so I can properly love him with this. Shalom.